Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos, especially if you love makeup reviews, tutorials, demos, and more, especially affordable makeup videos. And today is a very, very special one, a very difficult one for me as well. I wanted to talk about my top 10 drugstore makeup products. This is the 2019 edition, as this will probably change every year, every couple of years, but I really sat down and I thought about what would be my top 10 products. These are products that I want anybody, or I think that anybody should try, should have in their collection, that'll be a stable product for them. It's a standout product. These are the hidden gems from the drugstore, and I'm also wearing them all on my face right now so you can see how good they look. But let's just get into it. I dove into my makeup collection, and if you're normally here on my channel, I do a lot of drugstore, so this video is very difficult, and there's definitely some kind of neck and neck products there I had to think about. I was like, you know what, let's have them both out, and when it comes time to apply that product on my face, that is when we'll finally choose. So let's start off with the first product, and that is foundation. And if you are here on my channel a lot, you know I have dry skin. I usually love a nice dewy, luminous finish foundation. So this foundation that I chose, which is a top 10 makeup product that I'm going to recommend, is probably going to throw you for a loop, but I thought about it, and the foundation that made it part of the top 10 makeup products, drugstore makeup products for me, was the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. So this is a newer foundation that just came out last winter, and let me tell you why I specifically chose this one, and let me tell you why I chose this one. I of course love a dewy, luminous finish, but that's not for everybody. I know a lot of oily skin people steer away from that, a lot of normal skin people steer away from that, and that's just something that works great for me. It was honestly between this one and the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation, so bonus, you know, if you want something more luminous. But I think this is just one that every skin type should try, and I think that every skin type will love, no matter what season. I'm wearing this right now, and I actually first initially wore it and tried it in the wintertime in Chicago, real winter, sorry guys, but yes, it is cold. You feel all the coldness around your face, and I love the finish. For a person who has dry skin like me, it's very much that natural finish that almost gives you like that flawless porcelain type of a finish. And then I feel like, as well as for normal to oily skin, it's definitely also just very flawless natural finish. It's just a natural finish foundation and lasts so long. The coverage is amazing. It's full coverage. I think like you're good with one layer. It covers all your imperfections, and 2 layers, a layer and a half, 2 layers. I don't think you need more than that. You don't even need like a full 2 layers. This is just amazing. I'll link down below my full review and demo of this foundation, but I know a lot of people were curious about it. It's drugstore. It comes with a pump. I actually really love the packaging. It's very sleek. It looks like a little bit more futuristic rather than just your typical regular pump, but I think this is just one that everybody needs to try. If there was like a universal foundation that worked for every skin type, I definitely think this is one. Comment down below if you tried it and whether or not you liked it. Now for concealer, I love me some concealer. As much as I love trying new complexion products, concealer is also another one, and there have been just so many really great concealers specifically in 2019 that came out that were just freaking amazing. Now I do have dark circles underneath my eyes, so I typically don't lean towards a light coverage concealer. I usually like something medium to full coverage, maybe even like medium, and I do have dry skin, so something hydrating is going to be great, because a lot of the more like medium to full coverage ones are definitely more on the matte side, and my under eye can take that. But one concealer that is just like, I am honestly like, this is it. This is my favorite. I think there's definitely some other ones which I thought were going to be my favorite drugstore concealers, but this one I think is just top. Another one everybody should try. It is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I was really thrown for a loop myself for this one, how much I like it, but this has just been my go-to concealer. I thought about it because I had a couple. I had my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I had my L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer. I had the Milani. Oh my God, I know Milani didn't make it almost. If it wasn't for the CoverGirl, I think Milani would have made it. But I had those guys, and I had to think, If I were to repurchase one of those right now, I ran out of all my concealers. Which one do I need back in my life? If I can only take one concealer on a road trip that would work with all of my foundations, it's been the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And someone mentioned it in one of my last videos. I think it was a favorite of mine, the October favorites video. She's like, oh my god, your under eyes looks good. It's like, of all things on my face, makeup related, but I kind of noticed that too. So I was like, yes, it's a concealer. Like, this one is just, I love the coverage. It's not really heavy. And that's the other thing. It doesn't feel heavy on your face. It's a nice kind of like more medium coverage, which I appreciate. So you can kind of add a little bit more or go in with a color corrector instead and then add that. But I haven't even been using a color corrector underneath my eyes. I can't tell my dark circles. Just this concealer. I love the coverage. I just love the finish underneath my eyes because I do tend to crease underneath my eyes. It is a little bit drier, even though, you know, I can take a little bit more, but this just looks so much more natural and healthier. And I think that this one everybody can enjoy no matter your skin type. It's like not too hydrating where you look like an oil slick down there. It's just like hydrating enough, whereas the Milani one was close. I feel like someone with dry skin, of course, is gonna love it, but I feel like it could possibly crease if you have really bad like under eye creasing. So if you have not tried the CoverGirl, you totally need to check it out. I am obsessed. As soon as I run out of this one, I'm definitely buying another one. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have some other ones, but I was like, I need to have this one in my collection. Eyeshadows. This one I was also torn. I was torn about everything. I freaking love drugstore products. It was hard, but this one is almost like when I thought about it, I was like, you right. This is me talking to myself like, girl, you right. This is the one. If I had to recommend one eyeshadow palette to anybody from the drugstore, a top 10 drugstore makeup product, like this one is just like, you're going to the drugstore, you can only buy 10 things. This is one of them. This is the Wet n Wild My Glamour Squad eyeshadow palette. It is what I'm wearing under my eyes today, and damn. The reason why I chose this one specifically over the runner-up was definitely my Milani palettes. In general, Milani makes great palettes. Those are $20. There's definitely something there, a different type of color scheme, finish for everybody. But the reason why I was like, you know what, I need to go with the Wet n Wild. If you could only buy one eyeshadow palette, I'm going to recommend the Wet n Wild because these are only $5. $5. And two, this one is a complete dupe for a $50 Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I love, the Soft Glam palette. So for those of you who are like, I need that palette in my life, you don't really need it. Get the Wet n Wild My Glamour Squad. I'm gonna link down below my comparison video that I did side by side, my Wet n Wild versus the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. I forgot a couple times which side was which. Yeah, it's the same exact palette, maybe missing a couple of minor colors that I don't really touch and I don't really notice that I'm missing, but $5, this is a replica for a high-end makeup palette. Like, if you don't like this color scheme, they've got a bunch of others. You're gonna find something for you for $5. Yes, the quality is great and the price is impeccable. So go and get it if you have not tried Wet n Wild eyeshadows. Definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas from the drugstore. I think Wet n Wild has been doing a great job with their eyeshadows. In general, I know before Wet n Wild or after Wet n Wild, the only other contender that really rose to the top for me was definitely a Milani, but $5, you can't beat that price. I love it. Like, that shimmer is awesome. You don't need MAC 6 Plus if you want to just go in with your finger, or if even just using your setting spray, just even going with that. Gorgeous. I love it. Also, in general, while I do love an all matte palette, I think for something that's going to be worth it, I like a mixture of mattes and shimmers. Bronzer and contour is a must for me. My face does not look like this. There is no structure whatsoever. I have a very round face, so bronzer and contour is very important to me in my life. It's a thing that I need. First world problems. This was hard as well, although not really. I was between two, but the winner for me would definitely be the Milani bronzer. I've been waiting for them to come out with a bronzer, and they delivered, and it was amazing. I think before they had like their shimmery bronzer, but I was like, no, I want to look structured, because I will kind of use my bronzer as kind of like a duo like contour product, and mine is in the shade 02 Sunkissed. This works really well for my skin tone, and I love it because it does have a cooler tone to it, so therefore it definitely does help shape and define my face. Kind of gives me those shadows. They have two other colors as well, which are a little bit warmer, and you can definitely get that contoured effect with those. It's just going to depend on your skin tone and what works well for you. But number two, Sunkissed, I think this one is definitely for like, I want to look nice and sculpted with a drugstore product. Like, I need to look this is it, Milani. I was kind of torn. I was once again maybe going to choose my Wet n Wild contouring palette. That's a duo. It has the contour and the under eye highlight. Only $5. But not everybody cares for maybe like that under eye highlight, and I think in general, I think everybody can kind of find a color for them for the Milani one, and it's really going to suit that purpose specifically. Like, once again, still get the Wet n Wild, but I mean, it's like, if I had to choose, for me, when it's like I need to look nice and shaped, I'm going to go for Milani. I love the formula. I specifically like to use this one because it could be a little bit strong with more of a dual fiber brush, so not a densely packed brush, something a little bit softer that I can build, and I think it'll just give you that beautiful like feather shadow effect. But if you haven't tried the Milani bronzer, go and get it. This one was not a difficult top drugstore makeup product. Even for me, I'm not a blush girl, but I found one blush that I love. You already know if you watch my channel here, but I think this is definitely a top product for me who doesn't care for blush, where I can go ahead and skip it, but if I have this, I'm like, no, let me just add a little bit. It's made me love blushes and have an appreciation for blushes, and making me want to get more than one color in this formula and brand. It is the Flower Beauty, their Precious Petals blush. This formula, I love everything from the packaging, how sleek it is. It's not bulky, but the formula and the color, and in general, just the formula, I think it's just, because sometimes matte blushes, they could just be too much. It can look a little bit splotchy. It can be a little bit hard to blend. It's not too pigmented, because that can also be a problem as well. If you go in too hard, it's a lovely lovely. Who am I? I've never used that word. It's a lovely buildable color. I just freaking love it. And I love it so much that I feel like they have another color that just looks a little bit more natural, less peachy. So if you're not into peachy, they of course have different colors, but I just lean towards my peaches. That's how much I think like this product is so amazing. It's made me want to try their other blushes. And usually when it's like I found one that works, I'm gonna stick to it, because like I'd rather spend my money somewhere else. But this one, I was like, damn, Flower Beauty, I need that other blush. So this is definitely a top makeup product. Plus, in general, I feel like a little blush adds a little something, but if not, you got your bronzer. So I definitely understand that not everybody is a wing liner type of girl like I am. However, please raise your hands, comment down below if you are. Where my wing liner girls at? Where you at? I'm looking for you. But I feel like you should have maybe some sort of like eyeliner, implemented into your routine. And for me, once again, if you watch my channel, a top product, one that is just, I love the price, I love the quality, it gets me where I need to be, which is a wing liner on fleek, and that is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I think everybody should try some sort of liner in some sort of form. I use this whether to do a crazy wing or just to do like a nice little line of definition. I feel like it just makes a difference in my personal eye makeup. I know a lot of people, maybe your eye shape maybe doesn't require like a liner or something, but it really just depends how you line your eyes. I feel like everybody can definitely line their eyes, whether it's with like a liquid liner or even with like an eyeshadow. It just adds a little bit of definition. I just like this because it's a little bit bolder. So if you want to go bolder, or if you are bolder, I think a liner is definitely something fun to kind of experiment with and implement into your makeup routine. And this one is definitely one of those hidden gems from the drugstore. Affordable, go to the Ulta side of the drugstore. But they do now have NYX at Target, and they have them at Walgreens as well. So I can say a drugstore product, but I love it. $6. I have yet to want to try another liner because I really love this one. I'm still open to other liners, but this one, I already need to repurchase it. I use this every single time. When I don't use my NYX matte liquid liner every single time, because yeah, okay, not every time. Sometimes I have like lazier Sunday. Sometimes in general, I just don't want to do all that. Usually it's a lazy Sunday. Or I just want to put on a quick face, a mascara. Mascara is going to be my friend. Like when I don't want to do lashes, we need to go somewhere, or I just don't feel like having lashes on my eyes. Mascara is going to be my best friend. And I feel like this was definitely the year where I was so into mascara. And I almost chose another one, but I feel like everybody is going to enjoy this mascara. This is the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. I was almost going to choose the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. That's a bonus for you. I love that one. But I feel like specifically where everybody should try the Flower Beauty one, I feel like this one would just work with most lashes. I feel like if you had to pick a mascara, this is definitely one of them to try out. I feel like this mascara was so good that it just got me into wanting to try more mascaras. I don't have very long lashes. I don't have the tiniest lashes. They're just, you know, plain. There's nothing special about them. But this one, I was like getting so many compliments on, and people were wondering, are you wearing false lashes? Like, no, it's just my mascara. And I just feel like I love how this separates your lashes. It adds that length to your lashes. It adds that volume, that curl. It does everything that you want your lashes to do. So I feel like just depending on what type of lashes you have, it might look a little bit different to everybody, but I feel like it's gonna have a great like full effect. You know, it's just gonna look great on everybody, different but great. Whereas the Milani, I feel like I could see some people maybe not being a fan of it, just depending on how much you use, how your lashes are, or just in general your preference, because I feel like that one can probably get a little bit maybe more fibery. I feel like that's what kind of gives that mascara the length, whereas this one, like I don't feel like it's fibery. It doesn't get spidery on me. The Milani on me specifically doesn't either, but I can see that for some reason I could just see that being a problem for other people. This one is just perfect, you know? I feel like I want to hear from somebody who's tried this and didn't like it. I feel like every lash type can really enjoy this mascara. So if you guys haven't tried the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior, you definitely need to. This, I think, is a hidden gem from the drugstores. Like, if you didn't think to pick it up, you totally should. If you're someone who doesn't care for false lashes, if you love mascaras and you haven't tried this one, I think this one is definitely a top 10 product. Ooh, highlight. Highlight was so hard. I was between two. I ended up choosing the Milani Master Chrome Highlight. I love that they have different colors. My favorite is definitely the rose gold, the molten rose gold. They originally came out with a gold, but that for my skin tone was just a little bit too gold, a little bit too dark, but I feel like medium to tan to deep skin tones, I love it. Then they came out with this one, which I think complemented my skin tone way better. And then they came out with, I think, like one inspired by or made with like Nikki Tutorials for those of you who have really light skin. So I love the options, but the one that I was kind of torn between, I was maybe gonna pick, was the Wet n Wild, the Mega Glow highlights. I love those. Also come in a variation of colors. And then there was also the Milani highlight. I freaking love that one. A couple variations of gold there, but I chose this one because for me, if I'm gonna choose highlight, I want a bam in your face I want highlights. Don't give me any, you know, that subtle stuff. Like, that's cute, you know. It's like, you know, usually in weddings it's like, oh, soft glow, whatever. Girl, you best believe I'm gonna be beaming on my wedding day. That is just me. If I'm gonna go highlight, we're going highlight. If I'm gonna glow, we're gonna glow. There's nothing subtle about this. So if you're going highlight, get the Maybelline Master Highlight. But I love it because it's intense, but it's not chunky glitters. It's not tiny little specks of glitter. It doesn't just like kind of rub off. It's a beautiful, you want that nice sheen of a highlight, but you can see it on your face, and it just, I don't want to say natural, but you know how it's kind of like on your face. It just doesn't look like chunks of little glitter, you know, around your face, because ain't nobody got time for that. It's a nice highlight, and you can even go crazier than this as well. So if you want to go highlight, Maybelline did it. I just love how buttery smooth this is. Like, there's no little chunks of anything on there. And I don't know, you can even like wet your brush and add that highlight that way and make it your own. If you want to go subtle, you can do that as well. But I mean, go big or go home. Maybelline is where it's at. Next product that I would add to my top 10 drugstore makeup products is a lipstick. The lipstick that I'm wearing on my lips. Actually, this was not as hard as I thought it would be because I am a lipstick addict and I usually have to wait until I'm done with my makeup to pick out my lipstick. Because this is actually one of the first lipsticks I picked out, and I think it just was easy. I think not only the color but just the brand, the formula. I feel like if you want to try lipsticks, if there's a lipstick you need to try, anybody should try, should pick up that they're gonna love. I think the Milani Amore Satin Matte lipsticks, I think everybody needs to try them. You're gonna love them. I feel like if you want pigmentation, but you don't want something overly drying, this is where it's at. I love a good liquid lipstick, but this gives me the liquid lipstick finish without the drying effects. This is just like that happy medium. I want them to extend this collection because the colors they started off with were amazing, but the formula, I'm addicted. I love it. This one is in the shade Classic. It's just that. It's like a classic mauve. I feel like it's going to go with every single skin tone. Like, I was between this one and my other favorite. Was it Indulge? I think it's Indulge, but I feel like not everybody is into more of like the terracotta oranges. I feel like everybody can go for a classic mauve, but in general, I think this formula, this lipstick brand, I love Milani. I was like, should I also add in a traditional lipstick? But it's like, this is a top product. This is a top makeup product, drugstore product. I would even pin this one up against some high-end lipsticks. Like, I'm gonna lean towards this one. If I need a go-to lip, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't want to do anything, I want to do something, I feel like this one is just gonna go. Like, you need to try it. I love the formula. If you are a like perfect pout, you want a color on your lip, you want them to stand out, I think this is going to be your favorite. Let me know if you guys have tried this. If you have not, you need to. I'm going to vouch for this lipstick. If I only had to choose one product, I'm choosing this one. Of the top 10, I'm choosing this one. Of course, lipsticks, I'm a little bit biased, but I dare someone to try it who doesn't end up liking it. Last but not least, another drugstore makeup product that you need, a top 10 that you should pick up and have in your makeup collection, especially if you're doing makeup every day, just occasionally. This is just gonna make the difference. I think everybody needs this, a setting spray, but not just any setting spray. The Milani Make It Last setting spray, because it does what it says. It makes your makeup last. I do feel a difference when I don't use a setting spray on my face. I feel like just the way my makeup wears, how long it extends throughout the day, this just makes a huge difference. It's only $10. It lasts so freaking long, and I feel like this is just gonna make the biggest difference in your makeup game. I feel like if you're gonna have those 24-hour products, you're gonna have those long-lasting products, but this is just going to extend even further because there's no such thing as 24-hour, 12-hour. Like, eventually your makeup gets a little tired. You're out and about, things are happening. But this is just going to help it just a little bit more. Plus, you probably shouldn't be wearing your makeup for that long. But if you have long days, I get it. I think this is just going to make the biggest difference so that your makeup is not falling off your face by lunchtime. By the time you get home, then you're like, okay, cool, it's time to like wash my face. It's like 8 or 9 p.m., type of a deal. But I think if there's definitely something you need to add to your makeup routine, I think it's definitely this. If you aren't already setting your face, I think you're going to see the biggest difference. So I would definitely recommend this. If you even want to just try it, I know at Walgreens they sell little mini travel sizes. So you can, just do a little test, or that's even great if you travel a lot and you just want a smaller size. So those are my top 10 drugstore makeup products that I think you need to try, you need to add to your makeup collection, add to your wish list. Christmas is coming up. When you get an Ulta gift card, when you get a Walgreens gift card, a Target gift card, these are things you can pick up, just throw it in the bag. It's drugstore, you're gonna feel a little bit less guilty, especially if you just pick up one at a time. But please let me know if there's any of these that you've tried from watching my channel, especially, and that has made a difference. I love hearing your feedback where you're like, oh my God, I tried this based off of your recommendation, and yes, I love it. I love to hear those things. That's why I love to make these videos for you guys. But also let me know if there's some products I did not mention on here that you think is totally a top 10 drugstore makeup product from your collection as well, because I need to try some new things as well. I know I can't just play favorites. I try to mix it up a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed my favorites, and don't forget to share yours. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also if you want to see me do this makeup look, definitely let me know. I'm using the products that I mentioned, which just kind of made it easier. I was like, would I wear it right now if I had to choose it? Is it one that I need? Basically, it's like I could put these all in a makeup bag and travel with. That's how I kind of chose these products. That's how you know they're staples. So let me know if you want to see this look as well. Super easy and simple. Comment, I can do that video for you next. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially because the season for new drugstore products is coming up. There's already one that is on pre-sale for Amazon, and I'm going to get that on payday Friday. Drugstore, a new Maybelline foundation. I'm so excited. So they're coming. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the newest 2020 releases for this holiday season. And I'll see you guys next time.